Hi, everyone, and welcome to the latest event marketing webinar. So, just a quick intro. I am Nicola, the growth team lead at Tag Digital, and in today's webinar, we'll be discussing the latest innovations for paid Google, YouTube, and social ads. So, we'll be deep diving into the new innovations that are present on the platforms in regards to ads and campaign types, along with some features that are in beta mode at the moment, which could be exciting assets for the future. So just quickly, we have a Q&A session. So all you need to do is scan that QR code and a Q&A should pop up, and that's there for you during the session to ask any questions. And we've got Steph in the back end who will pop up the questions at the end for me to answer. So feel free to just scan that QR code and it should pop up for you. So yeah, let's get started. So we're going to start with Google and YouTube innovations, looking at what we believe are worth discussing when it comes to event PPC campaigns. So we're starting off with dynamic search ads. So this is a new innovation that has recently come out of beta for search ads on Google. It came around due to the keyword lists on Google growing rapidly as people are searching in new ways every day today. So this has resulted in it becoming more and more difficult to reach potential attendees and exhibitors with the right keywords and ads. So therefore, dynamic search ads allows us to reach users searching for new keywords that we may not pick up in our own research. A quick overview in just terms of top line and how it works. So instead of manually entering keywords to bid on, we input your website URL. So when users search query is relevant to the content on your site, they will then be shown the search ads. The dynamic search ads will customize the heading and choose the most relevant landing page for the user in order to have the highest rate of conversion. One thing to point out is when using dynamic search ads, it's really important that firstly, you ensure that there's enough content on your website, and secondly, that all your pages are following best SEO practices, as dynamic search ads campaigns will crawl your website to match with relevant search terms. So it's really important that you've got the content there to do this. So some of the benefits of using dynamic search ads are highlighted here on the screen, but the main ones are being that there's a 15% increase in clicks due to the increase in keyword coverage that you're able to get through dynamic search ads. We've seen a 30% increase in click-through rate. So this is due to the generation of the headlines and the landing pages being better matched to that particular user. So stronger click-through rates are being seen here. And most importantly, 30% lower CPAs is what we've been seeing when running these. We've seen specifically for non-branded campaigns that dynamic search ads are significantly reducing that CPA overall, which again is our main aim for search ads when it comes to event conversions. A good tip of when dynamic search ads are particularly useful for events is really when your event is niche and has really niche terms that you're not really 100% sure how your audience is searching for, or if you have an event industry that is related to a lot of like long-term industry words, dynamic search ads can help you identify better the terms that people are searching in order to find your event. Great, so the next topic we're looking into is lead gen ads. So a large effort is being made to expand the ability to capture data. And of course, as we continue to say here at Tag Digital, building first-party data should be the priority for all event organizers. So Google is developing different methods to capture this data, mainly through expanding their lead generation forms across their different assets. So starting with this one here, which we can see as the lead gen search ads. So Google are now pushing out the option to attach a lead gen form directly to your search ads. This allows the user who wants to inquire quickly without being pulled through to your landing page the ability to do it, fill in the form directly off the search ad. So we're seeing these really working best when you're using mobile targeting ads, as this is becoming, people on mobile becoming less willing to be directed off the page. So a great asset there. The next version is display lead gen ads. So as you can see, these are visibly more pleasing than the search lead gen ads, and again, allow you to generate leads seamlessly straight from your display ads. So these type of ads are simple to set up and should contain a short form with the most valuable data fields that you need to capture. It really is best not to try and replicate your long exhibitor or visitor reg forms, as it won't work in terms of replicating that long form. Lead gen forms need to be short and concise. And these types of ads are also great if you're running, for example, like awareness, if you want people to sign up to find out more straight off of a display ad, or if you're pushing out on an ad some of your high quality content that you want to promote. It's a really great way to capture that you want people just to download your report directly from the ad. So taking out that extra step for the user to go onto the landing page is key at the moment. And a more recent version that Google has released that's slowly coming out beta mode now is lead gen forms on YouTube TrueView for action ads. So this is a feature that you can see in the clip there video that is put onto TrueView for action ads, which is the skippable ad that shows before or during users when they watch a video on the platform. So the form, as you can see, pops up directly below the ad as the ad is running, which allows advertisers to capture the leads directly there. So such as like emails, phone numbers, for example, all can be captured in the form. So this in-stream format is like an in-app experience, so it allows your users to submit their information directly within YouTube, again, as opposed to having to open up a separate web browser on mobile. And with the majority of the people watching YouTube on mobile these days, it really is a great asset just to get that quick lead generation capture without having to direct them to a website. Great, so that's all from Google and YouTube lead generation. Another new innovation that is brand new and is rolling out across all ad accounts over the next 6 months is video action campaigns. So in order to help you achieve more conversions at an efficient cost, Google is evolving the TrueView for action ads, like I previously mentioned, or the skippable ads that you see on or before videos. These tend to be the most frequent placements that we use on YouTube when running campaigns. So this type of ad placement is now being scaled up to allow the ads to be featured in more places and will be rebranded to be named the video action campaigns. So what are the benefits of these new evolving campaigns? The main one is being you will drive more conversions. The ability to do that is by they're going to be expanding campaigns to run in high performing places that are both on and off of YouTube. So you'll be able to reach a wider audience, all while having the ability to optimize for the lowest CPA. So really being able to drive more conversions there at a lower cost. Secondly, it will improve your campaign performance. So these new ads will combine inventory for different areas such as YouTube home feeds and Google Video Partners, for example, and many more, which allow you to have a much wider audience as well as being much more visible in different places on the platforms. And then last but not least is the ability to scale these campaigns so easily, as you can change your device targeting without having to set bids and budget for each different inventory source. So again, just great abilities there, more flexibility in terms of the campaigns. So just a quick overview on how it works, just top line. So the video action campaign uses the skippable in-stream ads, which is the one you're used to on TrueView, and also video discovery ad formats all within the one campaign. So that's additional placements that we'll be having now compared to the TrueView for Action ads. As recommended with most YouTube, apart from that bumper ad, the video that you should include in the campaign should be at least 10 seconds in length, but again, not too long, because again, at the same time, it's still an ad. The ads included in your campaign with the video action campaigns can now use a call to action. They can have a headline, both short and long headline, and a description in the creative. So it really is allowing your ad to be much more detailed in all the placements, which will really encourage the user to convert. You can also add extensions to the ads as well, which is a great add-on, for example, site links, or like mentioned before, you can add a lead gen form to it, or if you've got going down the product line, you can also add a product feed. So again, all of these things can add to the ads in order to influence conversions right in the platform. So that's everything from the Google and YouTube side. So deep diving a bit more into the social platforms. So some innovations, a lot of innovations in different areas, but these are the main ones that we think are important for event organizers to be aware of when running event marketing. So the first one is dynamic ads, a new innovation from Facebook, which rolled out last year and slowly came out of beta. So we're getting more and more ability to use it now. Not to be confused with the dynamic search ad that I mentioned previously, as this is social's equivalent to the Google responsive ads. So this is where Facebook will automatically test different combinations of creative assets to push out the most relevant ads to the user. So some of the pros of using these responsive ads is that you're able to launch ads with multiple combinations of assets, such as copy and images, quicker when building them. This will allow you to drive performance by achieving higher combinations of creatives that are more relevant to the individual user, rather than trying to find like a one method for all fit when it comes to an ad. This will generate the best performing ad in relation to that user. A main pro also is that it will improve your ad frequency, will be lower. Before, sometimes users can continuously see the same ads, but now with the dynamic ads, the targeting will be changing, so there'll be a variation of multiple ad creatives going to that audience. So it will lower the ad frequency there, in terms of they won't be seeing the same ad over and over again, because the dynamic ads will be constantly changing, which is great, and it'll look like fresh content every time a user sees your ad. One con of this format that we've flagged is, unfortunately, due to the iOS 14 update, we can't see the performance of the creatives. So for example, we can't see the best copy that's performing or the best headlines against imagery. So this can be really restrictive when monitoring your performance of creatives. Hopefully Facebook comes up with a solution to help to improve this, but that being said, it's still a great additional ad format to run alongside your set Facebook copy, and test how it performs against your regular ads, and yeah, be able to monitor your performance of your assets that way. Next is innovation on social is the lead generation audience. So this is a new audience that we encourage our clients to trial when they run lead generation campaigns on the social platform. So it's the equivalent of an abandoned basket campaign from like a website form. However, this audience is stored on Facebook. So it allows you to create an audience of people who have opened or completed your form but not submitted it. That form being one of your lead generation forms that you've either pushed out across Facebook and Instagram. So we have the ability to exclude people who have submitted the form from this audience, to ensure that we are always targeting those new users that just didn't take that final step. So this is a really great audience that allows you to remarket and reconnect to users who you know are very interested but just didn't take the action of completing the form. So again, a really high value audience there that will be ready to convert. So some quick wins in terms of running campaigns to this audience to get those conversions in. And onto LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, one feature is member group targeting. And although this is not a net new innovation, for this year, member group targeting has grown a lot on LinkedIn. So it's very much worth mentioning here as we're continuing to see it as a good driver for conversions at a lower CPA on this platform, which is what we all want on LinkedIn. So as an overview, member group targeting reaches members who share interests or professional associations by belonging to the same LinkedIn group. The theory of targeting by group is that generally people will only join a group if they're explicitly interested in the topic. So this gives us some certainty that we're reaching the right people with our message. It usually is a smaller audience compared to job title targeting, but it can also be a much higher quality. So it really should be something that you start to include in your audience mix when running LinkedIn campaigns. And lastly, on LinkedIn, a new feature which you may have noticed if you're an avid user of the platform is the introduction of LinkedIn events. So this is a new feature that allows you to promote your event to a target audience with an event ad campaign. These are relatively new and launched early this year, but I've been seeing more and more progress as the years go on. So you can use this type of ad for both in-person and virtual event promotion, and you can create new event ads or sponsor an existing post which has the event URL from your LinkedIn page to increase your event registration. So it's a sponsored content ad format, so the event ad is displayed like you would normally see a LinkedIn ad in the members' LinkedIn feeds across desktop and mobile. And it's optimized to highlight those important event details. So the date, the title of the event, the location, the date. And all we really need to run these campaigns is your LinkedIn event page, which just kind of sets up the equivalent of if you set up a Facebook event page and just put in the details of the date, time, location, and event description, and we can use that to promote these ads. There's the option there to use a LinkedIn registration form, which allows you to get registration directly on LinkedIn, or you can also link this to your platform registration on your website. So two abilities there to order to capture registrations through this. Great, so that's everything that covered in terms of innovations that are currently present that we can use and are available on the platforms for us to take hold of and add into our current campaigns. But it's also great to see what does the future hold, what betas are on their way, what are the platforms working on behind the scenes that we think will be valuable in the few months to come, that hopefully they come out soon. So the first one, we're looking at Facebook. So these are things that are in beta mode at the moment. First one being Wi-Fi targeting. So Facebook's going to allow you now to target Facebook ads to customers who have visited your business and connected to your Wi-Fi. You'll also have the ability to target this direct audience or create a lookalike audience based on the demographics of the people that visited and connected to your Wi-Fi. So this can be really useful if you're hosting an event in your venue, if you're a venue owner and you have a Wi-Fi for people to go into, or if you want to target people potentially who visited your workplace. So again, the ability is there to do this, and the great thing is they're also allowing you to create lookalike audience off the back of that, so you can expand it with a really high quality match rate there. And the second one from Facebook is the story end scene. So this is a new story ad format variation that's coming out. So Facebook story ads now includes the new end scene style. So with this style of ad, your ad will play the ad, and then at the end, it will show more information about your business. It's like a holding card at the end. So a really strong call to action at the end of a story, which can be very effective to encourage people to click through to your website. So just stronger call to actions there when it comes to stories, which can be really great for our events. And on YouTube, so things that are coming soon, one new innovation that's coming from YouTube are the YouTube audio ads. So as audio obviously is an integral part of our lives, on average, apparently people spend 17.8 hours listening to music each week, with apparently over half of the on-demand music streaming is now through YouTube. So therefore, YouTube have got onto this and are there producing YouTube audio ads, which will allow you to reach your users who are listening to YouTube and give just advertisers a new way to be able to reach this audience, which is great. So this will be offered across both Google Ads and DV360 and will be charged on a CPM bidding for the campaign. So hopefully some low cost when it comes to YouTube ads. So of course, this is still in beta mode, but they have done during the alpha testing, 75% of surveyed campaigns delivered a lift in brand awareness, which is great. And it really is just another asset for improving your brand awareness when it comes to an audience in a different platform. Another one for YouTube is the YouTube bumper machine. So the bumper machine was built to address the need of advertisers who have limited resources when it comes to developing custom or new bumper creative from your video campaign. So just as a reminder, that bumper ad is that 6-second ad that pops up on YouTube. So this tool will use Google's machine learning technology to help automate the creation of the 6-second video asset from your longer content. And it will also allow you to have like lightweight editing tools within it itself, so you can modify the video also. So this is really great for any advertiser with a long form video that would like to create a bumper ad to cut down to use on their upcoming campaigns. There's no minimum spend requirement. All you need is a YouTube channel that's linked to Google Ads to be able to do this. So yeah, great addition if you've got video content that can be cut down easily. For example, if you've got long promo videos or content videos, this can be a really great tool to be able to just create a secondary asset alongside your video, just to have more assets when it's pushing out YouTube ads. And lastly, just on Google, a few betas that are coming soon. The first one being a campaign type called Performance Max. So Performance Max is a new automated campaign type that runs across all Google Ads inventory. So this is a new goals-based campaign, which uses the best of Google Ads automation and their attribution technology to help you maximize your conversion goals and performance across Google properties. So of course, you would want to use this type of campaign when you want to maximize the performance of your campaign and are not limited by the channels that your ads appear on. So some of the main benefits is that this is a goal-focused campaign, so it puts your marketing goals in focus as the primary target for maximizing your campaign's performance. It will steer the automation with your campaign input as it's based on your goals. So machine learning will find your customers where they are across all the different Google properties. And it'll also allow you to unlock new audiences across the Google channels and networks, along with simplifying campaign management by easily being able to optimize your ads. And finally, on Google, beta is enhanced conversions. So enhanced conversions is a feature that can improve the accuracy of your conversion measurement. So advanced conversion is a Google Ads conversion tracking feature, which enables accurate conversion measurements when cookies are not available. So this will give you the ability just to get much more in-depth conversion measurements across all your campaigns, as when a customer completes the conversion on your website, you may receive their first-party customer data, such as the email addresses, names, for example. This data can then be captured in your conversion tracking tags. It's then hashed so Google can identify it and matched to your customers' Google's account. So when they signed in and engaged with your ads. So therefore, it allows us to have even more detailed conversion measurements, as that hash data from your website will be matched in order to attribute your campaign conversions to ad events such as clicks, views, and registrations. So it's just a second layer of being able to track those conversions from your website. So like I said, these features mentioned are all still in beta form, so we will get a lot more detail about it when it continues to be developed and we start to test them ourselves. But again, some exciting additions to Google, YouTube, and social that are coming in the future. That's everything from me. So thank you for attending this webinar, and I hope that was insightful and to learn some of the new innovations in the PPC world. So yeah, we'll see if there's any questions that you want to ask or for me to answer, so I can bring them up. So the first one, how do you receive the leads from the Google lead gen forms? So good question. So there's two ways that you can do it. So on Google, you can directly download via a CVS file straight from your Google Ads account. So that'll download all the leads straight from there, if that's the method you want to do. Additionally, you can take it the next step and you can set up like a webhook to link the leads straight to your CRM. So tools like Zapier can help you create for this. So you can either download the leads directly from the platform, or you can set up a link so it goes straight into your CRM system. Do dynamic search ads work if we are using just a landing page to direct traffic to? So ideally with dynamic search ads, you want to have a full website of content. So the more content that you have, the more keywords that we'll be able to pull from your website. So having just a simple landing page for Google to run and pull keywords from is not enough content. So ideally we'd use the whole website to pull the content from and be able to match keywords. So it's really making sure you've got that high value content and that your website's best performing in terms of SEO practices, as that's the way that the Google will track and go through the website. For event ads on LinkedIn, do people sign up directly on the event, or can you lead them to a reg page? So you can do both. LinkedIn has given you the ability to have a lead gen form, registration form directly on the event page, so that you can capture leads. But of course, this will be a shorter form. It's not the same depth as the form that's on your reg page. So if you have a more detailed form, it might be better to send them off to your reg page. You can just add register now button and it'll link straight to your registration form. So you have the ability to do both. How do we get access to the betas? Yeah, so good question. So people that, agencies that obviously like us at Tag, we're premium partners with Google and Facebook business partners. So we have the ability to request access to the betas into our accounts, and we can get early access. So really having an agency that's connected and as premium partners with both platforms allows you to get early access to these betas like we can, which is why we share them with you, because we know we can access them and have great value testing them as well. Yeah, can I connect my CRM for lead gen? So yeah, you can, like I said, you can set it up a webhook, so you can do that for both social and the Google lead gen. So again, pull it directly into CRM. Zapier is the best tool to do this in terms of connecting it, as it has a lot of ability to connect to multiple CRM systems. So all you need to do is create up that webhook which pulls it in, and just make sure that your fields match for your lead gen forms and your CRM system, and they should pull it in accurately across. Great, that's everything. So thank you so much for attending this session. And if you have any questions, yeah, please feel free to email me. And yeah, we'll see you at the next session.